Hey everybody, it's Kenny Lloyd, and I'm here in the great state of Texas. And I got to say, it's a beautiful day here on the eve of Thanksgiving. It's 78 degrees, man, and it's just an unbelievable day. Before I get started, and I'm sure everybody that you're going to hear from this evening would like to give their own, Thanksgiving, thanks and welcoming. But I'd like to say, for me and my family, I wish everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people's families are converging in town and to home, so it's such a special time. So again, I have a tradition at my home. They always ask, at dinner, what are you thankful for? And I got to say that, this year I'm really thankful for the peace that I have, and the continued opportunity that I have to have this peace. And what brings you peace is money. Okay. And, this has been an incredible run that we've had, and we're looking forward to it continuing. Today, we're going to give you all some information that everybody's been seeking. I know it's been a little quiet. We haven't done a hangout in a long time, but, as you approach the last quarter of the year, there are a lot of things to tie up. And then again, there are a lot of things to put in the oven and bake, man, because next year is going to be a real big year for TLC. So there have been a lot of things in the workings. And so we didn't want to piecemeal anything or everything. So finally, tonight, man, we have a bunch to give you. We have the entire corporate team, with the exception of Scott Bagnon here. Scott is working on some things. And man, we just have some big things going on. So what I'd like to do first is we talked about this being a state of TLC. So tonight we're going to talk about where we are as a company. We're going to talk about our goals. We're going to talk about our strategies. We're going to talk about some products. We're going to talk about some contests. We're going to talk about just having some fun and what next year looks like. So what I'd first like to do, though, I'd like to really talk about the state of TLC, where we are. And I can't think of anybody, who can do a better job at that than our CEO. And I got to tell you that, that Jack, I was at corporate 3 weeks ago. We must have met for about 16 hours, man. And the whole time, we were really talking about where we are and what's going to take us to where we know that we're destined to be. And, Jack really shared some things with me, but I really want to bring him to the hangout so you can hear directly from the CEO. So it gives me great pleasure to bring to the hangout right now, to the forefront, to the floor, our CEO, Mr. Jack Fallon. Jack, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Let me ask you something, Jack.
Sure.
If you don't mind, I asked you this prior to getting on the hangout. Where we are this time of the year, you've seen 16 years of it, and what I asked you was, what is it that you see typically every year at this time, man? What are some of the things that happen this time of the year in this business?
Well, it's just not in TLC. It's, yes, you're right. It's with this business model. With this any company with this business model in the United States, at least, is it's coming together and realizing that the most important part of us doing this business is the family that supported us through this. So Thanksgiving's a big holiday for network marketing, and it's the same with Christmas. So as you're building your business, you have to realize that the times that are going to be a little bit slower than usual, and these are the times. It's the holiday times, and that's when you take advantage of being with your family. Obviously looking back in the year, realizing what you were able to accomplish. If you made some mistakes, realizing your mistakes, and obviously start writing your goals down for 2017. But then there's the grinders. The grinders don't ever stop. So you have a mixture of people that are, as usual, different variety as far as their views and their opinions. But most of all, I and I think the corporate team, we like to give thanks at this time of the year because it's a very special time. But at the same token, as a corporation, as corporate, it's a very busy time for us, and the reason being is because everything that we're unleashing is in 2017 in the first quarter. So we've been working around the clock or nonstop. And I do want to thank all of the employees that have been doing this for us, from from customer service to obviously the Dallas or Houston office to the California office, all the offices around the world. I want to give thanks for everything that you've done throughout the year. We're very thankful. And we had our Thanksgiving dinner here at corporate, and that's what our message was to the folks, is that you're a team, and sometimes you might feel like you've not done a big part, but you have. If there's some way, somehow, that you've helped a person, either being at shipping the right package, reshipping a package, customer service calls, making sure the warehouse floors are clean, you name it, it's all in the big wheel, Kenny. Everyone's got to do their part. And we're very grateful for everybody obviously creating a record year for us. This has been an amazing event, or amazing year for us. So we're very exciting. Obviously, we got 2017 coming. We're looking to double that, what we accomplished this year. And when you ask about the state of TLC, how do you do that, right? Well, to double what we accomplished in 2016, we had to put a lot of things in place and keep making sure that foundation was strong enough to support what we're looking to accomplish in 2017. That includes software, that includes logistics, that includes merchant accounts, that includes websites, that includes mobile. You name it, you're going to get a lot of information on this webinar tonight. But most importantly, just know that we're working night and day to make sure you have the right tools for 2017. And it's very exciting. I don't want to steal anyone's thunder on this call. I know there's a lot of people that are going to be speaking, but just to wrap it up, Kenny, the state of TLC, we're solid as ever. We're even more solid because we're putting things in place. A lot of companies, including non-networking companies, grow at the rate that we grow, and they suffer. And if you don't put things and tools in the right place to help you continue your growth, you're going to go backwards. And that's what we did. We revamped our technology. We revamped our our staff. Our staff they're going to separate trainings outside of how we train them. Customer service staff is doing a tremendous job. And our marketing team. Our marketing team's doing a job that we can't ask them to do anymore. So even all of our vendors, a lot of people are stepping up to the plate for us to have success and continued success. But at the same token, our corporate team keeps pushing them. So I'm very appreciative. We're very blessed. So it just, the beat just keeps going on. And as you know, we're grinders.
So let me ask you this, Jack. When I was there, you showed me a black book that you got from a meeting that you attended from all the CEOs. And, we kind of talked about where we were and how we were getting a little off track. And we talked about a couple companies that one was at $500 million and the other one was at knocking at the door of $1 billion. And they really shared with you, the CEOs, what they did to really get there. Can you kind of share some of that with everyone?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up. Everything starts at the top, Kenny. And what I mean by that, it starts with me. So what I have to do is continue to get better. I got to continue to obviously self-improve. I got to become, continue to remain spiritual, continue to remain grounded, and continue to seek smarter people than myself or anybody else out there, because it's my job, obviously, to continue the company to move forward. So what I do is I reach out or go to as many seminars as I can for CEOs with our business model. And a lot of them open up and share. It's a unique forum. I think the last one I went to in Laguna Beach, there's only 13 of us. Companies doing anywhere from $4 billion to, a couple $100 million. So you have a variety, and what they shared with me as they were growing, especially the bigger companies, is we've made a name for ourselves. All of us, and what I mean we is everyone on this call, everybody at corporate, every office around the world, all of us together, we've made a name, and TLC is the name. So they're well aware of us and what we were able to accomplish in the last few years, for sure. So with that being said, they said, well, where do you want to go? What's your next direction? And obviously, I always want to double every year. I think we have the ability. I think we have the team. You know, we can go to the Super Bowl with the people we have right now, and that includes corporate staff. So I said, well, what do you suggest for us to get there? And point blank, it was stay the course. We're known as the 5 and 5, lose 5 pounds in 5 days. TLC will change your life. And it always started off with that, lose 5 pounds in 5 days. What happens, I think, in this industry, and what they've experienced at least as well, is once you hit that 100 million mark, you think, man, how did I do that? Maybe I got to change something to hit 200 million. It's just not true. You have to stay the course. So it's a great learning lesson for me. And I think I obviously shared that with you, and I shared that with our corporate staff, that everything that we're going to start rolling out, you're going to see branded, 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 branded. It's going to stay the course, stay the course. We're going to simplify, simplify, simplify for us to obviously reach out to the masses and continue to grow. So we're pretty fired up, and just know that starting with me and all of our corporate staff, we seek out counsel. We seek out self-help. We're always, exchanging self-help ideas, books, seminars, and then there's the nuts and bolts. Our customer service goes to different types of seminars as well to learn how to become better. It's always, always, always about becoming a better human being, a better person, and eventually, obviously, that's going to trickle down and become a better employee or a better team member for TLC.
Let me ask you this, Jack. This is a two-part question. Part one is, what do you think that your leadership, as you look at 2016, first part is, what do you think we did well? And then the second part is, what do you think we could do better to help us achieve some of the goals going into next year?
Okay, no, I like that question. Well, the first part, what we did really well is we're known as obviously the blue collar company. So what we do well, as our leadership does well, is they work very hard, and they work tirelessly. They are always on planes. They are always doing meetings. They're always promoting their business. So that's tough to argue with, Kenny. As you know, anybody that works hard in anything is going to achieve what they want. So what we were able to accomplish is amazing. What we're about to accomplish will be just out of our minds, I believe, every one of us that helped get us here. And how we can do that better, I believe, is corporate and the leadership have to become one. We are one, and we've been one, but sometimes months go by where we have to continuously maintain that relationship. For us to get to where we are, we have to be one, corporate and leadership. So we have to work on that. And then the second thing that we definitely have to work on is a ultimate duplicatable system starting from the top. Very simple. It's here to follow. We're just going to McDonald's this son of a gun. Anytime you walk into McDonald's around the world, the French fry is on the left-hand side, and there's a reason why. So starting in 2017, you're definitely going to see some duplicatable systems that simplify this business to a T. And that's going to do so many things for us, Kenny. Anything from compliance, anything from branding, you name it. This simplification of what we're going to roll out is going to help ensure success in someone's business. And that's the most important part. And if they ever do walk away, they won't be able to ever say that I left because I didn't know what to do. They're going to know what to do. It's just going to be up for them to do it.
So, at this, and I want to talk about this meeting again that took place with the CEOs, because another thing that you were sharing with me, Jack, was that some of the companies that are billion-dollar companies now are knocking down the door, or that are ahead of where we are for now. You were kind of sharing with them some of the things we were going through in terms of, personnel, people, coming, people going, just some of the challenges internal, from an internal standpoint with corporate and even in the field. And you were telling me that they basically shared that these are the things that they went through too. That was a part of the process. Can you just talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the number one reason why, or I shouldn't say that. It's the best part of going to these meetings with the other CEOs is that they're open. So they share what they went through. And when you do tell them about something that might be a slight issue, they sort of chuckle or laugh because they've been there, they've had that same issue. They've, it might have been a 10 times the scale that I'm talking about, or they just know that that's the process. And they say, and so the advice that I'm always seeking or getting is stay the course, stay the process, believe in what you're doing. It's working. Don't try to, outsmart yourself. So yeah, people come, people go, and people come, people go corporately. People come, people go in the field. That's just part of it. And all we can do is wish them the best and realize that not every person that you come across or we come across from hiring corporate people are going to go or have the ability to go with you to the Super Bowl. They just don't. It's not in the cards for them. So you just accept that. But we're human beings, right? So we get emotionally attached to people, or we want more than what that person wants for themselves. And I think sometimes that's a little bit more difficult to deal with. But anyways, you stay the course. You always put the company first, put God first, put everything that TLC is doing first, and always continue to make the right decisions or do the best you can as far as your decisions, and we'll come out on top.
So, being the CEO, and I think that each person in the field is the CEO of their own business. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes, sir, 150%.
I was telling John Akari, we were talking, me, you, and him, we were talking the other day, and I was telling him that I'm still learning, that nobody has all the answers to the questions that you seek, the answer to the questions that you don't know. And I was telling him one of the things that I learned from you was that how to swivel and duck and dodge all the problems. Like, you always have problems every day. And if you take on every problem or get mad about every problem, because, man, I've never seen you, with the exception of 2 times, not smiling. With the exception of 2 times, okay?
Right.
I've never seen you not smiling, man. And when I ask you about things, you're like, Kenny, it's going to be okay. And, man, just ease up, man. Just, man, I mean, I think that's important, though, because a lot of times, man, people take so many things so personal in the field. And I got to imagine that if you took everything that went down personal, I don't know where we'd be as a company, man. So, I mean, just what advice would you have to share to the people like us? Because we are CEOs of our company. I don't think everybody recognizes that. But what would you share with them, man, with that?
Well, first and foremost, as soon as they do recognize that, Kenny, their business will begin to flourish. That they literally are building a company within the company, and that's what this business model is all about. We obviously have some tremendous CEOs that are building a company within a company and are truly partnered up with us, on a 50-50 partnership for sure, and that's what we're continuously hoping for. But as you're building, and I appreciate the comments that you're making about me, but as you're building, you do have to realize that it is not personal. It's about being in business, and people take that very lightly. And I think because it's not that hard to get involved. It's not very pricey. There's a million reasons why. You didn't have to go out and purchase a franchise. You could easily walk away. No one's holding your feet to the fire. So those human traits for you to be stickability or accountability or just be involved, 8 to 12 hours a day, especially when you just get started, it's just not there. So the only advice that I could give people is that, listen, life is short, and you got to laugh, you got to smile, and you got to be attractive, meaning your energy has to be up to attract the right people at the right time. You have to believe, you have to pray, and you have to have something inside you that says, listen, I know this is going to happen. I'm part of the process. I'm going to be in the process and let it happen and continuously move forward. And then that way, when something does go wrong or doesn't go your way, you realize that it's just part of the process. You lean back on that. You don't lean back on emotion. You don't lean back on anything that's not going to obviously produce something positive. A lot of people get caught up in emotion. You're absolutely right. And if you know, and you and I have said this on this webinar a million times, simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. If something does not advance you spiritually, positively, or even to simply pay your light bill, stay away from it. It just is not good for you. It's that darn simple. But yeah, we're all humans. We all get emotional. And, I do like what you do. Sometimes when you're not having the best day, and I've told people here, you're not having a great day, you can go home. And what I mean by that is not every day you're going to be your best, or things are going to happen that are going to propel you in any way. So just take that day off. Sometimes it's better off, or not take that phone call. You do not have to speak to everybody all the time, and you don't have to be on stage all the time with a positive antidote for everyone. You're you, be you, and the times that you're not ready to speak to someone, don't speak to them. So, and I know that you're good at that. I mean that in a good way though, Kenny. But you're right in that, and I learned that from you as well. Don't speak with emotion. There's no reason to. It's just business, and keep it simple.
So in closing, Jack, unless you have something else you want to say, I want to ask you this. Why do you, in the core of your heart, man, with everything you do, believe that we will be a $1 billion company? And why should the people that are listening to this tonight, why should they do everything they can to make sure that they're here when we experience that?
Well, I've heard this $1 billion company cliche in network marketing, obviously, for years. But what I do like about the other companies that are achieving it, Kenny, is they're showing that it's possible. And I'm their biggest cheerleader, because when other distributors or our partners see that other companies are hitting $1 billion, they believe it. And it's really all belief. That's what it really comes down to. So why do I feel that we're poised for that? Is because our staff is poised for it. They know where we're weak, they know where we're strong, and they're willing to do what it takes to get to that mark. Now, what does that mark mean? That mark is a journey that hopefully all of us are going to experience and grow with. All these marks are just growth marks. Is it more income? Yes. Is it, obviously more notoriety for the company? Is the company stronger? Yeah, all of that. But in all reality, it's the journey and you growing as a partner with us, as a corporate team member, all of us growing together. Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's a hell of a journey, and it's not easy. But when we come out from these growing years, and when we come out and say, wow, we really hit this mark, believe you me, we're going to be different people, and we're going to be, I believe, better people. And like you said, you're always learning. You can never learn enough. And going through these journeys and hitting these marks are just part of the process of growing and becoming the best person that we can become, to obviously serve the world, serve the planet, serve human beings better.
All right, Jack, I thank you very much, man. For allowing me to ask you these questions, because I think a lot of the questions I ask, are things that people in the field, man, really want to hear. I mean, you're the CEO. If you have anything in closing you'd like to say, please take this opportunity to have at it.
Well, I'd like to thank literally everybody out there. I mean, I'm talking from the distributor that just signed up last night, from the customer that just signed up last night, to the person that works in the office in El Salvador, or every office that we have. I want to thank all of them for everything that they do on a daily basis. Again, it's sometimes some people feel like they're not doing enough, but sometimes the small things go a long way. It takes all of us to contribute. It takes all of us to do what we're doing and accomplishing. So again, thank you for all of your hard work, your thoughts, your prayers. For everybody that's involved in the TLC family, I want everybody to have an amazing Thanksgiving. Be with your friends, be with your family, enjoy this time. And if you grinders keep grinding, we know who you are, because you're nonstop, so we appreciate you as well. But maybe have a little turkey on Thursday and get ready for 2017. It's going to be an amazing year. We're going to continue to grow. you're going to continue to grow as a human being, and we're going to make sure of it because we're going to continue to put the tools that you need to grow in your hands at the right time and the right place. So thank you.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you very much. So listen, everybody, you really had a chance to get to hear Jack answer some of these questions that that you may have had, and grant you, they were not emotional or personal questions that I asked him, because at the end of the day, I think that we have to be cognizant of the fact that we are business people. For me, I don't even like using the word leader anymore. I just like to use the word business people, because, you know, I feel like sometimes too many of us run our business like we're distributors, and that we rely heavily on corporate to do everything for us. And I think of corporate more of a support mechanism. Yeah, we do have expectations of support and things that they would do, but for the most part, if you look at the people that have the largest organizations that are really building it the biggest, they have taken their businesses in their own hands, you know, and within policies and procedures. And they really have become partners with corporate, and they're building their own business, you know. So as we begin this journey to the end of the year, because we're in the last quarter of the year, you know, I really personally want to just share some things that really, you know, we should be doing. You know, like when you take Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving is a time for Kenny, and I can't speak for everyone else, and I hope nobody lost me. It's a time for me to really let the people that I'm going to be exposed to try my products. It is, you know, at Thanksgiving dinner, you know, we're serving tea. You know, at Thanksgiving, you know, after dinner, when people are lethargic, we're serving NutriBur. I mean, so when all these people come to my house and eat this free meal, yes, I did, Shantae. When they all come and eat this free meal, you know, they're going to try my product, and I will be talking business with them. You know, and when I say business, it will be retail business. Just try my product out, you know, and no, you can't have a drink until you try my product. Okay, they're going to be trying the product. I get, you know, so it is a time for real, from a business standpoint, because I believe there's a time to relax and there's a time to be on your P's and Q's. And I think anytime you're in a group of people, you know, that really need our products, I think it's a time to be on your P's and Q's. So, you know, and then as we close out to the year, it's really time. And I hope that you all have already planted seeds for 2017. It's really because now I'm no longer in 2016. I have been in 2017 for the last 2-3 months, you know, with all the plans that are going on. So, you know, I hope that you all have planted seeds. And as we move into the new year, I think we move into a new perspective, because one of the things that Jack, you know, did not talk about was the 5 and 5, but the retail aspect. These two companies that he showed me, you know, one of the companies I'm very familiar with, and I remember their journey, and they are a $500 million company. There's another one that people thought was dead, that almost they're knocking on the door of $1 billion, and you know what? They did it through a retail model. Now, when I say retail model, a lot of people become frightened. They ask me, Kenny, we're not changing the comp plan. And no, we're not changing the comp plan. I think it's a philosophy. It's a mindset of showing people how to come in and build more securely. Because you got to think, when you think about retail and recruiting, I believe this, that you should spend the majority of your time in the area of your business that you have the most control, and the least amount of time in the area that you have the least control. So I would have to think that you would have the least control over the area of recruitment of people. And I say that because if you really think about how many people that you personally sponsored into the business, how many of them are still here today? And when you think about how much time you spent with them, and when you think about they're no longer auto shipping with the company, they're no longer here, they're just gone. So you think if you took the same amount of time that you spent with all these people and just redirected it into retailing, we know our products work. So you got to know that that business is not going anywhere, you know, and you're just building upon it. You know, so I think as you think about the activity going into the new year, I think that you should adopt, or you should try to spend more time in the retail aspect of your business. And I guarantee if you do, and you do it correctly, this time next year, you will see your business in a much bigger and better position than it is now. And it'll be more solid because you will have control over your monthly money that's coming in monthly. So I really wanted to express that to you. I really want to talk about going into the new year. You know, Jack talked about where we were, and and he has some lofty goals. One of the things that we're going to do going into the new year, beginning in January, is that we decided, as opposed to doing a big meeting in Houston in March, you know, we felt like some of these cities, some of these markets really needed to be developed, redeveloped, launched, and relaunched. So we have a strategic plan to do that. We figured that there's so many people that really deserve to hear this message that we have, and that some of these people are going to train on, that they can't really afford it because they're just getting off to a start. So we decided that in lieu of expecting people to spend the money to come see us in March, we said that we're going to come see you all. We're going to come to your market, and we're going to bring the people that, and when I say leader, leader no longer means national and above, because as evidenced by the trip, the people that didn't even have a rank, the people that were directors who earned that trip to Jamaica, man, the things they were doing were incredible. So we're going to make sure that these people that are retailing, which really retailing floats our business, we're going to make sure that now they have a platform to share with people what they're doing. Because, you know, one of the mistakes that we made in 2016, 2015 was that we put a lot of emphasis on the higher ranks, on the nationals and above. And I have to personally apologize because that was a major mistake, because we understand that the nationals and above, as important as they are, I don't want to discredit what they've achieved, but we must understand that the directors and the people that are out there retailing are the lifeblood of the company. So I want you all to know that from this point on, it is not going to be about being a national to teach people. It is not just going to be the national and above that's getting recognition, that's going to get magazine coverage, that's going to get coverage on the weekly information. No, if you're out there and you're retailing and you're touching people and you're making money through retailing, you're no longer going to be anonymous. You're going to be seen. You're going to have a voice. You're going to be heard. I promise you that we're not going to get better. We're already putting it in place. So what we're doing is that we've selected 5 markets that we're going to start in, and we're going to continue. So the first being January 14th, that's Raleigh, North Carolina. I can't think of a better place to get it started. We have a tremendous core group of leadership there, a core group of people that, man, we have a lot of people in Raleigh that won that trip to Jamaica that have something to share with people. So I'm very excited about going to Raleigh. And so what we're going to do, guys, is that as opposed to just coming in on a Thursday and leaving on a Sunday, what we're going to do now is we're going to come to your town on the designated day that you all have your weekly meetings. And we're going to send 2 leaders there to help facilitate the meeting. And then that would be on a Tuesday typical, or a Monday. And what's going to happen, then we're going to send another team of 4 in that we're going to stay in that market from Monday or Tuesday until Saturday. And we're going to go into the market and we're going to really show people, you know, in living rooms, you know, in that city, how to really build your business, how to retail to recruit, how to do the ABCs and Ds of TLC. And it's going to be incredible. And what we're going to do is that we're going to build up, and we really believe in each market that we're going to have 1,000 people. So you're going to find out how to get this information. And I'll tell you, the site will be up by the time we get off of this hangout. Okay. And that is tlcunified.com. tlcunified.com. First stop, Raleigh. Next stop, because I know by now that you all have recognized and realized that we have diversified, to the 10th power. We have some incredible Latino leadership people that are taking us to a whole nother level. Anna Quintera, We have a couple other people's names that I won't mention right now, but they are building tremendously. I went to Columbia one time with Anna Quintero, and Anna said, Kenny, it's a Monday, but I promise you that we're going to have over 1,000 people here in the room. And I never forget telling Stormy Wellington, oh, okay, Stormy, let's see. Went there on a Monday night, over 1,000 people in the room in Columbia. So I got to say, next stop, February 11th, is Columbia. Okay. Next stop after that, yes, as promised, Houston, Texas. Okay. Houston is the only city we're going to do a 2-day event in Houston because the corporate had already committed financially to getting the spot for 2 days. Houston is going to be huge. It's going to be an international event. We're going to have people from all over the world come in, and it will not just be nationals on the stage. You will have directors. You will have people that have earned the trip, that know how to go out here and listen. When we were in Jamaica, there were people that generated 50 to 100 sales within a week, within 2 weeks. Unbelievable. I can't think of who better to have training people on how to do that than them. So Columbia, then Houston. Houston is going to be large. Again, go to tlcunified.com to find out about tickets information. You're going to see some things on that website that are going to be incredible. I mean, we have an incredible marketing team that's working with us, guys. We're growing, we're moving, and we're shaking. Next stop up, April 1st, is New York. Man, New York, you all better get ready for us. All right. Again, with Anna Quintero. And there's another person that is, I'm telling you, you better watch out for this person. I'm not going to say their name, but very soon, very soon, you're going to recognize this person. This person is a force to be reckoned with. And if I were you in the United States, I would go do all the recruiting I can right now, because I promise very soon, if you don't get him, he and his beautiful wife will. So after that, what else? Philly. It's going to be a dilly in Philly, with Denise and Buddy Lee. We're going to be there in Philly again, and that's going to be May. And then after May, we have another event. We're going to take June off because we don't want to interfere, because our plan is to come to the great state of Texas again, to go to Dallas, Texas. And man, big things happen in Dallas. And to a huge international event. I see Mary Jo. I see you blushing, Mary Jo. And I see John like, oh, God, that's going to cost us. And you're right, Johnny, it's going to cost you. But along the way, we're going to market this right, because I will tell you guys that we are working hand in hand. We're working together, and it's a great thing. And this is one of the things that has been absent. But now we're finding our way, because all great teams have to find their way. Okay. And you know what? We have found our way. So we're working together. It's going to be incredible. And I want to get you all to do this for me. In each of the 5 markets, what we want to do is that we want to make sure that people on social media know what's going on with us. So I've asked in each one of the 5 markets for the leadership to find 3 people, not 3 people that have been retailing, making some extra money. And we've asked them to shoot a video for just on your cell phone. And on the video, all you're saying is that you're not, you have no desire, never been a MLM, so-called superstar. You're just a person who tried the product. It worked for you. And because it worked, people saw it, and people start asking you about it. And you just started retailing the product. You just started sharing it. And because of that, this Christmas, you don't have to use your credit card to buy gifts, and so we just want that testimony. Thank you, TLC, because we know we have numerous testimonies of people that this year that you will not go in debt for Christmas, that your Christmas is already taken care of, bought and delivered, hiding somewhere. Okay. And that's a beautiful thing about our company, is that you can come in this company, retail product, and earn enough extra money to make sure that you don't have to create any more credit card debt. So I'm very proud about that. Man, we have so much going on, but you know what? I wanted to share a little bit with you, because I have a couple other people, man, that you just got to hear from. One of the things that, as you talk about where we are, you heard Jack talk about where we are. I shared a little bit of strategy about where we want to go and how we're going to get there. But you need tools to get there. You really do. Without tools, without the people in marketing, Without the people in branding, it would be very difficult to achieve our goals. So I have somebody I want to bring to the floor that's going to talk about something we have been waiting for 2 or 3 years for real. And you know what? It's here. It's we have been waiting for a new, superior, more sophisticated, more user friendly back office for a long time. And guys, that time is almost upon us. Okay. And so I have a beautiful young lady that spends every awakening hour working on this. I mean, seriously, she has poured her heart and soul. And listen, I have to give her kudos, pat on the back, because she showed me some of the tools and the resources that are going to be available to us through this back office that are going to help us help people, and it is out of this world. So it gives me great pleasure to bring to the forefront Mary Jo. Are you there?
Thanks for having me, Kenny. I'm so excited to talk about this new back office. Like, I've been working on it for months, and now's the time we're first going to speak about it. So I'm pretty excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Mary Jo, let me ask you something, because I have some questions and people have some questions. And guys, I got to let you know that Mary Jo is kind of a behind the scenes person. So she's a little nervous. So we're going to take it easy on her, okay?
Please do.
But, I applaud you for doing this because it's not easy. But let me ask you something. I mean, how do you compare this back office to our previous? Well, I'd like to say previous because it will be previous soon. How do you really compare the tools and resources that are in this one to the one that we had?
Okay, so first of all, the tools and the whole interface is so much simpler and designed that way on purpose for it to be user-friendly, especially for a new enrollee or a new distributor. So that's one piece of it. The tools and the levels that you can go with TLC, with these tools, is just incredible, like moving the needle to the next level. Well, first I want to thank Jack Fallon and John Licari, because they have been so supportive with this new back office. And I'm not sure if people are aware, but I've been down here in Dallas for about 6 months trying to get all the pieces to fit together. And anything I have asked them for, they have not said no. And Mr. Jack Fallon is go big or go home. So this back office upgrade, I'm pretty sure it's everything that every distributor has wanted and lacked in the current back office.
Mary Jo, let me ask you this. I want to get right to it because I know that the ears are burning, and if they could get to me directly, they're going to say, man, cut to the chase, because we want to know right now that can our customers be on auto ship, Mary Jo?
Oh my gosh. So auto ship, there's a big change. There's a big change for auto ship, and it's exciting. And we have a little video that we're going to queue up here for a teaser for auto ship. But I do want to let everybody know there's a new name. We are not going to call it auto ship anymore. It is now called Smart Ship. And Smart Ship is for a distributor and also for customers. And I know that's huge, because signing up a customer with TLC for auto ship is a very cumbersome process. I'm very aware of that. Please know that in the new back office, it's a few clicks. So everything about the new back office is streamlined, simpler, and less steps in the checkout. Less steps in the process all the way.
So now, Mary Jo, let me get to the chase again.
Okay.
Right? Now, like I know, that with this current back office we have in the system, that you really have to have an incredibly high IQ as a customer to go on and buy a product, right?
Yes.
All right. And unfortunately, everybody doesn't have the IQ required, so we miss out on a lot of business. Mary Jo, tell me how now we've lowered the IQ scale and we made it what?
Simpler. And there's more logic. It's very logical. Like, you can find your way around very easily, but even bigger and better than that, and this is something that Jack Fallon just put to the top of the list, is the back office is great, user-friendly, simple, but along with it, the mobile app is really where the bells and whistles are. So the mobile app is basically 10 steps from shop to checkout, and you're done. 10 seconds. I'm sorry, 10 seconds or less from shop to checkout, and you're out of there. Same for enrolling. We've simplified the enrollment process. You can get reporting on your mobile device or your iPad. It's all responsive and very user-friendly. It's
so the Mary Jo.
Yes.
I see you start to get used to this a little bit now. You start to ease up. You start to get a little comfortable. All right, I'm gonna wait till you get comfortable and hit you with the big one. Just relax. It'll be all good. No surprises. So one of the biggest things that people used to always say in the beginning was that I can't tell if I am, dual team qualified. So tell us how that won't be a problem again, because it was virtually impossible. But tell us now how simple it would be. It's as simple as a click here, click there to find out what?
If they're binary qualified. Who is binary qualified, correct?
Yes.
Uh-oh, I lost you on sound there for a minute. Okay, yes. So, maybe I'll be allowed to show a screenshot here or share my screen for a little bit of what the binary tree viewer actually looks like. It's a graphical interface that's very easy to use and is almost like a dashboard where information is available by hovering over names and IBO numbers, and there's a key. I'd love to show it to you if we're ready to do that.
If you're ready, I'm ready.
All right, one moment. So this is an example of the binary tree viewer page. And if you can see in the top right, it's real easy to search by name or ID number. Searching is real simple now to search your whole entire tree. You also see that there's a legend down at the bottom where you can see who's on auto ship, who's personally enrolled, who's binary qualified, and what ranks. So you can then hover over top of these. I'm not live, so when I hover over top, you can't see. But you can actually hover over these little icons here, and it will tell you much, much more about that person. And then you can click on it, and it will open up a new window. And then you can also do placement there as well.
Now, Mary Jo, do me a favor. Go over that one more time for everybody, because I might have been a little quick.
Well, I'm a detail-oriented person. I was told to keep it to a minimum, so I wanted to go fast. But yes, in the top right, you can search by name or ID. That's huge compared to the current software, because searching your downline or upline was near impossible. So this interface is much easier and simpler, and there's key legends for you to actually see everything about a person, including if they are binary qualified.
Okay, Mary Jo, what I want to do, I want to kind of turn it over to you, because I know you have some highlights, some true highlights about this back office you really want to share. So if I have a question, I'll pipe in, but please take the show and just kind of show them just a few of the key features that we need to see. Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to you.
All right, thank you very much. I'll keep it really quick. I am very excited. There are a lot of great tools. I'm just going to go over the ones that I think that the field is really interested in right now. And we'll start with Smart Ship, because Smart Ship will be the new auto ship, and it will be available for customers. One of the things that was discussed in Jamaica with the winners there was, if they could have just helped their customers get on Smart Ship, they would have had a lot more sales. So we're going to take a little time out here and watch a 1-minute video clip explaining Smart Ship.
You use your TLC products regularly, so it can be frustrating when you have to go without them for days while waiting for replacements to ship. You do your best to reorder beforehand, but it can be easy to forget. We have a solution to your headache. Introducing Smart Ship from TLC, the easy and convenient way to get automatic monthly renewals of your favorite TLC products. With each Smart Ship order, you decide which products you want, what day of the month you want them shipped, and how you wish to pay for them. Use a credit card, TLC points, or both. As an added benefit, products ordered through Smart Ship qualify for exclusive deals. Adding TLC products to a Smart Ship order is easy. Simply select Add to Smart Ship on a products page or from the shopping cart. Smart Ship orders can be modified whenever needed. Easily add or remove products. change quantities for each product, select a different renewal date, or make changes to payment or shipping information. And SmartShip orders can be canceled at any time. Never be bothered with manually reordering again. And always have the products you love and need with SmartShip from TLC.
That's, I don't want to take up a whole lot of time. I could go through more things if you want, or we can do another hangout for some of the other great tools for the back office, but I'm so excited. I really am passionate about this project. I thank Jack and John for letting me get there, and I know people are going to be especially excited about the mobile app and the SmartShip features, the reporting, the languages. It's going to be available in 7 languages and more, shortly after. So Jack's really pushing for that global translation on all of the tools that we offer. So we're working really hard in Dallas. If you have more questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Did you say global?
I said global.
So therefore, what that means again is that the various languages that people speak, and they can go on, and people in these different countries will be able to log on and really understand what's going on.
Yes, sir. We have 7 languages slated for launch, and that includes the back office, the mobile app, and all of the items in the cart, which hasn't happened till now, where the actual descriptions for the items are translated into the proper languages as well.
Mary Jo, what about training resources? We're going to have some personal development and training too, right?
Yes, absolutely. So part of the reason I'm in Dallas is a lot of our marketing team is in Dallas, our programmers are in Dallas, the software companies in Dallas, and Success Partners is in Dallas. So I'm working with all those vendors to bring all this together, properly branded, and training as well. So training videos are being started and completed for the field and as well as our internal staff.
Okay, listen, I want to thank you very much, and I want to say personally, I've seen you, been to Dallas, and I've seen your passion, man. I want to congratulate you on a great job, and seriously, because you're working your butt off, okay? And I want you to know that, representing the field, we appreciate you, okay? Thank you very much.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
All right, thank you. So before we get John Licari on, I want to know, is Johnny Green out there? Is Ghost here? Just Mr. Green here? Johnny Green, are you out there? Okay. It appears as if Mr. Green is not here. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to move on. Oh, there he is. Johnny, can you hear me? All righty. It's good seeing you. Since we can't hear you, you're looking good. Okay. But what we're going to do, we're going to move on. Man, I'm telling you this thing, when you do it live, you don't know what to expect, man. Look, so what I want to do is that I want to bring on the next guy, and I pray to God that we can hear him, okay? Because I got to tell you that a lot of people talk to John Licari, and John, man, it's very rare. A lot of people don't get a chance to see John's sense of humor, and he does have an incredible sense of humor. It's funny when you deal with the numbers, man, and keeping the company afloat, it's really kind of cut and dry. But John is a guy he's not a cut and dry. He's one of the fairest guys, man, I've ever met. Sometimes, to a point where it kills me that he's so fair, but, you want that in a company. And he really is a very fair guy. And man, we have some incredible news for you guys. We got some things, and this is why I saved him for last. Okay, because you have to hear some of the things that he's going to announce. So it's going to blow you away. So hold on tight. Get ready for something you don't see a lot of personality, a lot of excitement. I bring to the forefront Mr. John Licari, Chief Operating Officer. Johnny, take the floor, man.
Well, Kenny, thank you very much for that warm welcome. I'm so excited to be here. I've been sitting here listening to the call. Lots of great things happening. Lots of great things that Jack and yourself and Mary Jo talked about. And I have so many things to talk about, and I don't even know where to start because every single one of them is just amazing, really. And kudos to Jack for really allowing us to do some of these things that we decided we're going to do here as a corporate team. And we've talked to some of you in the field as well, and some of you kind of know about some of these things. But, first and foremost, I think most importantly, on the eve of Thanksgiving, I think the first thing I want to say is, just happy Thanksgiving to everybody. All of our distributors, our IBOs, our customers who have tried our products, who have shared in the TLC experience this year. We're just so thankful for each and every one of you, and all of our employees in all of our auxiliary offices, at our corporate office, all our offices across the world. And like Jack Fallon said earlier, I don't care if you just signed up yesterday or if you've been with us for 10 years, each and every single one of you have a small part in, touching someone else's life. And that's really why we started this company. So I just want to say, I'm thankful to all of you, and thank you for spending a little bit of time here on a Wednesday evening before Thanksgiving. I know lots of you are traveling and trying to make it to your family so you can spend this very special American holiday with them. And hopefully all of our international friends understand what an important holiday this is in the United States. And if we don't answer the phone, you'll know why. But we'll be back on Friday. So without further ado, I have some really big things I need to announce here. And I'm going to try to run through them pretty quickly, but I'm sure, Kenny, you're going to want to pause and talk about each and every one of them for a couple minutes anyway. So I'm just going to roll with number one, which is a little bit of corporate business and goes back to what Jack Fallon was talking about earlier in the call. And what that is just simplifying the process, making sure our people understand what to do on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 100 and beyond, and how to really simply duplicate and teach people how to really bring TLC to the masses. So first order of business is in 2017, early 2017, we're going to be launching a new training at the corporate office. So what that really is going to entail is this. Once you hit the regional rank, you will be eligible for the month. There's going to be a monthly corporate training at the corporate office. We're going to have you come in on a Friday evening. We're going to do a meet and greet. We're going to do some recognition and some other things. On Saturday morning, we're going to do a 4 to 6 hour training. Going to put you through all the training that is needed to make sure you and your team can be successful. We will have a recognition ceremony at the end of that training. Make sure the whole world knows that you're a certified regional director, not just a regional director. And then that certified tag will stay with you throughout your rank process. So when you hit national and you hit global, you'll be a certified national, you'll be a certified global. And that just really tells the world that, hey, not only have you invested in TLC, but TLC has invested in you as well. And we're comfortable with giving you that tag because we understand that you understand what we're trying to accomplish. So I'm really excited about that. It doesn't sound like a big, huge deal to the novice person to our industry, but to those of you that have been around for a long time, you realize that there's only so many hours in the day. So the more people we can train correctly, the better off we all are. So I'm assuming you have a question about that, Kenny.
Let me ask you this, John. So you said bring the people in.
Yes, sir.
How, like when they hit regional, is there a period of time that they have to maintain their rank as regional, or the moment they hit regional, how are we going to do that?
We're establishing those guidelines now. It'll be shortly thereafter, so it'll go month by month. So, for instance, if we do a regional above training in February, it'll be the people that hit it in January. And we will basically convey that to everybody in the field and let everybody know what the guidelines are, what the qualification dates will be. And basically, we're gonna house you overnight on Friday night. We're going to feed you dinner on Friday night. We're going to feed you breakfast on Saturday morning. And you're going to really get a lot of nuggets from a lot of really important and powerful people, and people that are going to give you information that are going to make you successful and your team, which is really what a lot of people in the field are asking for, is more training, more guidance. And, many of you contact me directly and indirectly and say, can we say this? Can we say that? As far as compliance goes, we're going to go through all of that. What business techniques are the best to use? We're going to go through all those things. What strategies can we use to really help reach more people? How should we be doing our follow-up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're really, really excited about that. We got some key people that are going to be helping us. They're going to, help us be the architect of that whole training, and they're going to come in and make sure that the whole thing is really, really pleasant for everybody involved.
I think one of the things that we talked about too, John, the power of this is that we're beginning to train people when they hit the beginning of our leadership rank, because I really believe that regional is the doorstep to absolute leadership. And it's a beautiful thing that we're pulling them in, and now they're learning the corporate way. We're training them on what we believe. And when we talk about certified, we know that we have, because you're always going to have people that do their own thing.
Yep.
But any corporate sanctioned event, we know that this is the pool of people that will be selected from to represent corporate, because we want to make sure that you are singing the corporate song. Is that correct?
Absolutely, Kenny. That's a huge part of it. And then I think another part of it that, maybe many people aren't thinking of right now as we talk about this topic is that, once you hit that regional level, it's great. You've become successful to a certain extent. We want to make sure your success continues and you're able to go much, much higher, because we also want to make sure that you're creating new directors and executive directors. Because, again, those are so important to all of us, whether it's Jack Fallon or whether it's the retailer that just, signed up yesterday. Each and every one of us need this company to create directors and executive directors. They really are the heart and soul of our company. They really are the unsung heroes of really what make everything work. So we're going to keep that going. Corporate's never been more committed to that cause, and we're going to prove it to everyone in 2017.
So, John, let's get to the. You know I'm going to get to it, right? Let's get right. This is what we want to. This is what we really want to know. Let's talk about the tour a little bit, man. I mean, First of all, are you excited about the tour?
I'm absolutely excited about the tour. It was such a great success last year. We did this tour. We kind of shifted up our business model a little bit. We kind of went away from the huge events with the 4,000 or 5,000 people in a big room, and obviously we're still going to do those from time to time throughout the year. But getting into someone's backyard, giving them the ability to bring their team in, drive from anywhere from 30-minute drive to 4-hour, 5-hour drive, having 1,000, 1,500 people in the room, just high energy, some training, some local recognition, so their friends and family can see them on stage. I'm excited, and I'm excited because those events last year were so great to be a part of. I mean, the testimonials you were hearing from either the product or the income stories, and just really, being able to sit down with positive people, great attitudes, and in a setting that, was big enough to matter, but small enough to be family oriented. And you really got a chance to walk around and talk to a lot of people. I'm really excited about that.
Okay.
But you really know why I'm really excited about those regional tours this year, right?
And I know why you listen. Listen, guys, they swore me to secrecy. And I tell you, it was hard, okay? So that's why I'm biting at the chip right now, because John has something that's going to, because the company is only as strong as the products that we have, right? And that's the strongest things about TLC. People from the outside can talk about TLC, they can talk about our training, our culture, but they can't say a thing about our compensation plan and our products, man. And in keeping with that, the thing I'm most excited about, I gotta stand up on this one. Give it to him, John. What are we going to do at each and every stop on the road? What are we going to do, Johnny?
Wow, what a segue, Kenny. All right, well, here's what we're going to do. Because obviously, Kenny said it well. The real stars at TLC are the products. So what we're committed to do at each of our 5 regional events in the first half of 2017 is we are going to launch a brand new product at each and every single one of those 5 events. So, for instance, in January, starting in North Carolina, we will be launching a product there. We will bring that product with us. Those in attendance will have the first priority and the first chance at purchasing that product, hearing about that product, and being there for the unveiling. So we're so excited. We've never done this before. We really, we're even going to keep this stuff a secret in our warehouse. We're going to cover them up with tarps and everything, and really make sure that it really is a secret party unveiling surprise. No one's going to know. And each city strategically, we're going to pick a different product for each city that we visit that kind of coincides with the market in that area. So I'm excited. I mean, we've never done something like this before. I've always wanted to. To pull it off at one event, I think is great, but to do it at 5 events for 5 months in a row is just going to be phenomenal. And it's just going to be nonstop energy, excitement, momentum for all of our business. And I think all of you will really, really enjoy it. And I mean, I think social media will be basically TLC 24/7 for 5 months.
Man, John is being conservative. I personally know the products that they're going to unveil, and I'm going to tell you, 2017, we're going to take the industry by storm, okay? If you think what we have is crazy, wait till we unveil. Now, what I'm trying to get them to do, guys, and I need your help, you know, because there's power in the pen. I am trying to get corporate not to divulge what the product is, but to give a clue before each event, just to give a clue about a little bit about what it will do for you, okay? And if they do that, guys, and here's the thing, I'm trying to also convince them to bring the product with them, but you're gonna have to be there to get it. All right?
Yes.
How about that? Does that make sense, John?
That makes total sense. And the teasers are on their way for each and every product. You know, Scott, Banya, Mary Jo, the rest of the marketing and design team down in Dallas are already have a bunch of stuff in the works. So you're going to start seeing that leak out. You probably won't see most of that leak out until next week. And that's because this week, the next 4 or 5 days, we have a lot going on, Kenny. Somebody talked me into doing some things we've never done before. They make me a little uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. But you know what? It's Thanksgiving. We have the best distributors and customers in the world. We have some great leaders out there in the field. You guys deserve it. Obviously everybody knows that Black Friday is a very huge occasion in the United States. It's become synonymous with great deals and shopping and spending time with family and just being, walking away from the shopping cart knowing that you got a great deal. So we would be remiss at TLC if we didn't take part in that. And we've done that many, many times in the last couple of years. But this year we're going to do something that we have never, ever done before. Okay.
I guarantee you, when they make the announcement on this one ought to be called Crazy Lakari. Okay, I think he's going crazy on Black Friday when they announce it. This is our prop. Look, man, look at this smile. I am not playing. This is anybody that knows Johnny Lakari, this is the last thing that you would ever expect that John Lakari would do. Okay, I don't know what shoot, but I'm not even gonna question it, man. Okay. John was not scheduled to be on the hangout, but I had to get him to say it in front of thousands of people so he couldn't take it back. It's so crazy. So John, man, I am so excited about Black Friday. Listen, I'm still trying to figure out why they call it Black Friday, but I'm still crazy about it. Okay.
All right, I got you. Well, okay, so here we go, guys. This promotion that we're going to run on Black Friday is so huge that I'm the maybe guy here at TLC. I don't like to call myself the no guy, but a lot of things run through me, and I want to make sure that we remain viable long term. And so I'm kind of boring sometimes to certain people, but with all that being said, you guys do deserve this. We're excited to offer it, but we're only going to offer it for 4 hours because it is so crazy. It really is the craziest promotion we have ever run. It's going to run for 4 hours from 12 p.m. Eastern time to 4 p.m. Eastern time. So Central, Mountain, Pacific, you're going to have to adjust your time. It's going to be Eastern time. It's only going to be for 4 hours. It is so huge that we can't even announce it to you this evening, because we don't want to take away from the sales of Wednesday and Thursday that typically happen at our closeout. So, business as usual for the next 2 days, but I'm telling you, Friday morning, we are going to work overtime with our social media team, our mass emails, our customer service staff will be here all day long as well to answer questions. Friday morning, before 12 p.m. Eastern, we are going to divulge exactly what that promotion is. You will have 4 short hours to take advantage of it. And I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. There's been a lot of speculation. It's been leaked out by some people that they kind of know what's going to happen. They're talking about things we've done in the past, and they're trying to figure out if that's what's going to happen this time. I can tell you we've never done anything like this before. It is nothing like we've done before. This is totally brand new. The restrictions are minimal. The simplicity of the promotion is absolutely unbelievable. So, you know, just stay tuned to your social media, your email, our website, call customer service if you're not sure. This is going to be a worldwide promotion minus Asia. Our Asian customers, we're going to have a New Year's Day promotion for them. They opted for that because of the time zone difference. But worldwide minus Asia will all be able to take advantage of this promotion, 4 hours only on Friday.
Man, listen, John, you got one more for us. Now, you and I kind of talked about this one before, so I hope you remember. Because
Okay.
I'm going to let you talk about, going to talk about do the hustle. What are we doing?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and we kind of forgot about that one for a little while, but yeah, we are in the middle of a promotion right now, guys, and the promotion is the Hustle to 100, and hopefully you've heard about it and seen it on social media, or you've read about it in our newsletters. But basically, the Hustle to 100 is the answer to the 50 customer promotion that we did for Jamaica. So the first of 50, which was the most successful promotion we've ever done. And the reason why it was successful was for a couple of reasons. But the major reason is when we crafted that first of 50 promotion, we said we want brand new people. We want to recognize people that are retailing, want to reward people that are retailing and doing the things that we feel are important. And we accomplished all of that. And man, did we have a crowd in Jamaica. I mean, the energy, the smiles, just pleasant people to really sit down and celebrate with and talk about, you know, what's working in the field and hear their testimonials was just absolutely unbelievable. It really makes our job at corporate that much easier to really break bread with those people and really hear their story. I mean, that's really what really drew us to this industry, most of us. So that was great. So we come back from Jamaica and we're like, well, what are we going to do to keep these people fired up and keep these people engaged? Well, that was born the Hustle to 100. So Hustle to 100 is basically almost the same promotion as the first of 50. It's 100 customers in 100 days. We haven't even been doing it for 3 weeks. We already have 2 winners. We've got about 4 or 5 more that are very close. We still have a long way to go. I believe sometime in mid-February is when that promotion ends. But what's going to happen is kind of cool and kind of special about this promotion is everybody that wins is not only going to be eligible for a secret trip at a secret resort, but they're also going to receive free tickets to our Houston event in March. They're going to get front row seating. They're going to be recognized on stage. We're going to get them all on stage, and we're going to divulge where that secret location is and make sure that they're a big part of that celebration at Houston. And we're just really, really excited about it because I already know where the location is, and I haven't even told most people in my building here because I don't want it to leak out. But it's going to be a defining moment, not only for the company, but for all of those on stage and all of the winners. So I'm really, really excited about that. I think that if you haven't started yet, it's not too late. We have many people who already have, 25, 30, 45 customers, but we also have many people that haven't heard about it yet. And as we learned in the last promotion, people that, started 2-3 weeks late, they still were able to win that promotion. They got their goals and their plan in place, and they went ahead and did it, and they were able to accomplish it.
Look, everybody, I want you all to know this, that by the time you get off of this hangout, don't you all get off yet, but by the time you get off, there should be the website up, tlcunified.com. And on this website, you will be able to see a teaser about the tour. You will be able to see another video about Hustle to 100 with the rules and everything on there. On social media, you're going to start seeing the teasers flying on social media, and we need you to forward it. We don't want you to look at it and let it stop with you. Forward it to your team. Make sure they understand. And on top of that, we're going to have videos from some of the previous winners of the other contests and some of the people that are on path to win here, and they're going to be giving you all tips on how to get your customers, okay? Because that's what you need. And I got a shout out. I know there are probably 2 people, I think, that are one I know won it because I've been watching it. Another one is very close, but when you start seeing ambassadors, I got to give it to Denise to Buddy and Denise Lee, because it would be very easy for them to sit on their butts and not do anything and watch people. But they're, I think, like in number 3 in the running. They have turned their retail game up. And as a result, they're starting to see their business because I've watched the numbers throughout this contest. And because they have turned their retail game up, their recruiting game is turning up, and their numbers are starting to go up. So shout out to William, Buddy Lee, and Denise Lee for being in the absolute leadership position and leading by example. We need more of us to do that. So I want to shout out to them. But Johnny, you sure there's nothing else you want to give up?
Well, you know what? I think, Kenny, that the only other thing I want to say, and I don't want to take away from the Black Friday event. I don't want to take away from some of the other things that I mentioned. So we're not going to really divulge the details of it, but I will tell everybody on this call that on Monday, Cyber Monday, which has become known as the Monday after Thanksgiving, is a big online shopping day as well. So marketing team has a big promotion lined up for Cyber Monday. I think that you'll really, really enjoy it. Not going to confuse anybody, so we'll start leaking that out this weekend after the Black Friday sale is complete. And then also on Tuesday, the day after Cyber Monday, we're going to launch a holiday promotion that's going to run from that day all the way until December 24th. So that's going to be pretty exciting as well. So I know this is a lot of information to kind of digest. So we're going to take it one promotion at a time, but we're going to basically keep you busy, even if it's just, mentally, from here all the way through the first of the year. And then once the first of the year hits and those regionals start coming, and the new product launches start coming, I mean, it's just going to be excitement after excitement after excitement. And if this doesn't excite you, what's going to happen here the next 6 months, that maybe this is not the company for you. Maybe we just have too much excitement going on. But I can tell you, for those of you that have been waiting for some excitement and waiting for something to get fired up about, get ready, get your rest, spend time with your family tomorrow. Eat that turkey, do what you got to do. Maybe some of you like to have a cocktail, whatever, that's fine. We don't judge here. But at the same time, be ready for what's going to happen in the next 6 months here, because it's going to be nonstop and everyone's going to really enjoy it.
John, I got to tell you, man, I really appreciate you taking the time. Also, guys, there's some people that are working in the background now that couldn't be on the hangout. You got to give out to the Chief Marketing Officer, Scott Bania. Scott has been working feverishly, to get some of these promotions in line and put the final touches on them. So I want to shout out to him for doing a tremendous job too. He couldn't be on here today. But listen, before we finish, Johnny, I got to give it to you, Crazy Johnny Lacard.
Thank you, Kenny. And well, you know what? Again, like I said, we've had some great years, great 24-month period here at TLC. Our reps are the best in the world. The family that we've been able to attract has just really made this whole thing easier to do every single day. And, also, Kenny, I mean, I'm going to say something that, a lot of times we don't say, or we forget to say that. I just want to say we're thankful for you, for our VP of North American Sales. You keep things together. A lot of times we're on the same wavelength and we don't even know it. Sometimes we come to Kenny and we say, here's what we're thinking. And he's like, wow, I'm glad you said that, because we were thinking that too. And, I just think that, what we've been able to accomplish and what we've been able to do the last 60 days, as far as getting everybody on the same sheet of paper and everybody on the same game plan moving forward, is just going to be special. And, momentum takes a little bit of time to grow. But again, by the time January rolls around, hopefully you got your seatbelt on and you're ready, because we are going to start moving at a very fast pace. And we're excited about it. I mean, because that's what this is all about. And one thing I really failed to say is the reason why I'm excited and really, really excited is because never in TLC's history, never have we been more set up for growth than we are right now. Our software will be able to scale indefinitely. Our suppliers will be able to scale indefinitely. Our financial relationships will be able to scale indefinitely. Our customer service department, we will be able to scale that as much business has come. So we are never going to be at TLC in a position like we were in early 2015, where we had so much business coming in, we couldn't even answer the phone, or we couldn't even ship the products daily. So that's what I'm excited about, because the last thing we want to do is let anybody down. And now I know that we can make everybody happy most of the time. So that being said, thank you for having me on the call. Thanks for all you do, Kenny. Thank you for all the people that decided to be with us here on a Wednesday night before Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people are busy, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you at those regional tours. And I also look forward to seeing how many of you take advantage of these great things and promotions that we have coming up here, especially Friday. I'm really curious to see how many people take advantage of that.
All right, man, I appreciate it. In closing, and I really want to talk about how, there's a season for everything in your business. And I think that, I've been here for 3 years. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of growth. I was amazed that we sustained our growth in 15. And, it took a strong core of people to make that happen. I'm very proud to work along with my beautiful wife, Shantae, with Greg and Lanika Scott and Twyla Portis. And I had the pleasure of working with Erwin before he passed. And, I could go on and on calling names of leaders, and I don't want to do that. So I just talk about my core group of people that we started it off with, man. And, and to see where we were and where we were 3 years ago, we were in Orlando, and it was about 65 people. And I was telling John Licari yesterday, I said that, it's amazing. I look at that picture, and there was only one person. We had a vision of where we were going to be as a company in, 2 years from that time. And it was to be at 100 million. And it was amazing how only one person outside of myself, Shantae, Greg, Lanika, and Twyla, there's only one person saw, hung in there, stayed with us when we hit it. And, we never talked about anybody that made a decision to leave, because it was just not their season, and I think that you have seasons where people come and seasons where people go. And the last thing I want us to be as a company and as a people, I don't want us to be the kind of people that ridicule people that leave in decency and order. You got to know that I believe this, that as people call me and they call me with theories of this and that, who's what, and I tell them that, look, I believe that everybody has a right to explore options and opportunities. And I believe just as people leave, people come. But I believe that in God's time, that he puts certain people in your life, in your world for certain seasons. And when their work is done and their season is up, it's time for them to move on. Because, we listen, we know from a corporate standpoint, Jack, John, myself, we know that people are planning on launching, coin companies, wine companies, game company, and it's okay. It's okay. It's a part of the business. So I say to you guys out there that don't be alarmed when you hear about people shifting, because it is a part of the business. And some people are shifting because it is a part of their life design to go to the next step, where they will find their level of comfort, where their light will shine. So let us not be that company that judges harshly when people shift. And let's not focus on the people that are shifting into their next part of their journey. Let's focus on the people who shift on the next part of their journey is here in TLC, because there are a lot of people that are shifting over here, and they're shifting into a season of elevation and growth. And they are key components to our elevation and growth. So I'm very proud to be a part of this. For those of you all who won't see the beginning of the year with us, I want you to know that it has been a pleasure to work with you guys, and man, we love y'all, man, and we wish everybody the best of luck. We just ask for decency and order. But for those of you all who are going to be here, man, listen, lock your arms together, batten your hatches and put your seatbelt on, because I'm going to tell you that when we hit the $1 billion mark, it is going to be incredible. When we hit the quarter of a $1 billion mark, it is going to be incredible. And I vowed that I'm going to be here to see that through. And because it is my calling, it is my job. I want to wish John Licari, Mary Jo, Jack, John Green. I want to wish the whole corporate, John, Scott, Rosa, the whole corporate staff a happy Thanksgiving. I wish you a day of peace, because Lord knows in this business and our growth, man, that it's hard to find days of peace. But I wish you all a day of peace. I'm going to have a day of peace, and I'm looking forward to it. So I bear you all good night. God bless, and have an incredible day of peace tomorrow. Okay. And man, just enjoy the grace of God. I'm so thankful for it. So having said that, good night. God bless.
Thanks, Kenny.
Thanks, Jack. You all have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Have a good one.
You've already seen the new look. Now it's time to experience a new attitude. From state to state, country to country, we are now literally all over the world, coming to a city near you. We are on a mission and totally committed to helping over 100,000 families to go from ordinary to extraordinary. TLC Unified Tour is confirmed! Starting in Raleigh, North Carolina on January 7th. Then on to Colombia, South America on February 11th. Oh yeah, as promised on March 3rd and 4th, Houston, Texas. At the George R. Brown Convention Center in beautiful downtown Houston. 2 complete days of incredible training with top retailers and leaders from around the world. Then Director's Night, a night of recognition for ranks director to regional. Then the party of the year, boots and bling. So get your Western bling ready because we will party all night long. And for the first time ever in the city that never sleeps on April 1st, New York City. Then on May 6th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And then where it all comes together for the ultimate event. Oh yeah, TLC International Convention will be held in Dallas, Texas, July 2017. Mark your calendars for the hottest event in your neighborhood. You don't want to miss it. Tickets will sell out. Total Life Changes 2017, a new quality of life. To purchase tickets and get up-to-date hotel information, go to tlcunified.com.